A high-speed chase through Fremantle has led to the discovery of a massive illegal tobacco operation.
The organised crime squad seized 46,000 cigarettes, wads of cash and hundreds of vapes after a police car was rammed. Brandon Demura has the exclusive pictures.
Boxed in with nowhere to go, an illegal tobacco operation is stopped in its tracks. Police handcuffing a suspected member in front of shocked residents.
So I was surprised, really surprised actually, to see that it had been some kind of a bust.
The organised crime squad seizing 46,000 cigarettes, $7,000 cash and hundreds of vapes from the back of a ute. The sting taking hours.
A dozen police people standing on the road, and they stood there for the entire day.
7 News there as police arrested the 4 alleged members of the tobacco syndicate on Howard Street in Fremantle last night. The men, aged between 24 and 36, facing court today, all facing charges of possessing a commercial quantity of a prohibited product, each claiming they are merely in WA on holiday.
There was a great deal of activity and a whole lot of material, cartons, being taken away.
This is where the whole police operation started, in the Paddy Troy Mall in the heart of Fremantle. When detectives approached the men, they sped off. Their Mitsubishi Triton collided with a police car and another vehicle. It prompted a high-speed chase which ended just a few streets away. Police now investigating if these 4 men are linked to local outlaw motorcycle gangs. Brandon Demura, 7 News.
Police in South Australia are now investigating claims a person died during Telstra's 000 crisis yesterday. The telco today revealed it completed more than 600 welfare checks because of failed calls.
We will continue to investigate, continue to dig deeper, continue to go down all avenues to ensure that we're doing everything that we can to make sure that our system is as robust and reliable as possible.
Police here in WA conducted 3 checks but say the calls were accidental and no emergency assistance was needed. Small businesses affected by the outage are being urged to contact the Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman for help claiming compensation.
The US has launched another round of strikes on Iran. Donald Trump's called it retribution for bombing ships in the Strait of Hormuz. With both sides calling off the ceasefire, the president now seems trapped in a war he started and can't get out of.
At Iranian military sites along the Strait of Hormuz, US strikes designed to crush Tehran's ability to cripple the global economy. An even bigger assault than yesterday. Donald Trump making good on a threat delivered at the NATO summit.
Hit him very hard last night. Very, very hard. Probably hit him hard again tonight. I'll give him a little warning. We're going to hit him hard tonight.
Declaring an end to the ceasefire after Iran struck 3 vessels this week.
To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. 20 US warships now patrol nearby waters. Tehran responding to the show of force, launching its own retaliatory strikes. From the top negotiator, the Strait of Hormuz will only open with Iranian arrangements, not American threats. If you strike, you'll get hit. I'm number 1 on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I like being number 1 on TikTok better, but I'm number 1 on the list for killing.
Donald Trump was scathing of NATO coming into this summit, but he's emerged saying the alliance is more united than ever. That claim will be put to test in this reignited war. His strikes have so far failed to dent the resolve of the Iranian regime and its supporters. The funeral for their former supreme leader turning his death on day 1 of this conflict into a source of strength.
Live to Ben Downey in Ankara. And Ben, Trump unexpectedly switched planes before leaving the NATO summit.
Yeah, Sue, he did. The US president arrived here on the new Air Force One, a jet gifted to him by Qatar, but then in a last-minute switch departed on the old plane, sparking furious speculation there might be some kind of security risk, potentially not safe enough, with concerns about a threat from Iran. Now, after that, he's departed the UK on the way back to the US. After these flights and the overnight bombardment, Trump says that Tehran has reached out to try and negotiate a way out of further strikes, but the die may already have been cast, with reports the Pentagon is preparing for days and potentially weeks more conflict. Rick?
Thanks, Ben. The minister hasn't even officially resigned, but WA Labor has already announced its candidate to replace outgoing MP Paul Papalia. Georgia Tree is a political staffer and author raised in Warnbro. Lucy Murray reports.
2 decades of public service isn't easily forgotten.
And I'll hand you over now to Paul Papalia. Is it Paul? Oh, is it Georgia? Is it? Yeah, Georgia.
As Paul Papalia calls time on public life, Georgia Tree is stepping up to the plate for Labor.
I've been a fighter my whole life. I had to grow up really quickly, losing my mum at a young age, and it's absolutely put the fire in my belly to make sure that I'm fighting for people so they have a better opportunity than I had when I was growing up.
It's an open playing field for Secret Harbour. The Liberals are expected to announce their candidates next week, and One Nation says they've had over 80 applications.
Been in it, getting around the electorate in the past months, and I've heard from many people that, they're keen for change.
The Defence Industries and Corrective Services Minister will officially resign tomorrow. The Labor caucus will vote tomorrow on a replacement cabinet minister, but they won't necessarily roll into Paul Papalia's portfolios. That decision is up to the Premier.
This is a decision for the caucus. That's the way we do things in the Labor Party.
Behind closed doors, it's a done deal. Mark McGowan's former Chief of Staff and first-time MP Daniel Pastorelli is tipped after an agreement with the Labor left and unions, leaving just one vote up in the air.
You've got big shoes to fill there.
Lucy Murray, 7 News.
Perth's rental crisis is becoming the new normal, with many priced out of the market. Experts say recent property tax changes could see an investor exodus, leading to even more price hikes. Francesca Danuccio explains.
Perth's rental market is now the second most expensive in the country. That's according to the latest data from realestate.com. WA's median rent now soaring to $750 a week. It's thanks to a 3.5% jump over the June quarter, on par with Melbourne. Sydney still leads the pack at $800 a week. But over the past year, Perth has recorded the biggest increase, rents rising more than 10% or $77. Anyone paying rent or trying to move knows it's bad. Experts say it could get worse. Recent changes to negative gearing and capital gains tax could lead to an investor exodus. Limited supply means tenants are facing a landlord's market, with the vacancy rate sitting at just over 1%.
At the end of June, we saw there was 2,211 rental properties on the market, which is an 8.2% decrease since June 2025. And that sort of supply decrease will be really impacting tenants. And, with supply tightening, we will see rents increase, unfortunately.
Until supply catches up with demand, the rental squeeze is here to stay.